It's highly improbable for me to successfully flip heads on my head 50 times in a row. Get on my head. Damn. If I did, that's a miracle. But it's nearly impossible for me to flip heads on Pluto while standing in my room. Now that's a miracle. But what is a miracle anyway? A miracle can be defined as any surprising or welcoming event that is not explicable by nature or scientific law, therefore considered the work of a divine agent. But a miracle can also be an improbable or extraordinary event that brings welcoming consequences. So technically speaking, divine agency isn't required. It's only considered as such because we don't understand its causality. Just because you can't explain or understand or account for a situation happening doesn't mean that it can't be. That brings us to the topic of statistical validation. This is a process of determining conclusions, using a methodology of determining how probable or accurate something can be. Statistically, nothing that can happen is impossible. It just exists on different degrees of possibility. For example, if I'm a father, it's impossible for me to never be a father. That's a truth claim, so the probability of that happening is zero. That also means there's no such thing as randomness in the universe. Things might seem random, but they're just highly improbable or extremely unpredictable, because true randomness doesn't need to have a cause. It doesn't abide by causality. There is no evidence of randomness in the universe, even regarding quantum mechanics. Otherwise, any particle can just appear for no reason, even without the fluctuations in the underlying quantum fields that exist throughout space-time. But a miracle almost suggests that it doesn't need a cause either. Thing is, if it's brought upon by a divine agent, then technically it does have a cause. It's just not explainable through our laws of nature, because it's above nature or over it, thus supernatural. Something that's supernatural is beyond scientific understanding or beyond the laws of nature. But what if it was still a part of nature, just inexplicably beyond human understanding? That brings us to a concept called metaphysical naturalism. This is something that I identify with. It basically means that everything is a part of nature, even what we consider supernatural. In fact, it's the rejection of supernaturalism. This also explains why miracles don't have to violate the laws of nature, even if it's considered supernatural. But what's the definition of nature anyway? Nature is just a phenomena of the physical world. I like to interpret it as a phenomena of reality. For example, causality, cause and effect, is a phenomena of the physical world. But what about things that aren't physical, like the psyche or energy? Energy is a fundamental part of the physical world. It's not tangible like matter, but it's measurable. It's the ability to do work or cause change. It's the same thing with the mind. We might not understand the psyche or consciousness, but we know it's a phenomena in the physical world. Quantum mechanics is also a phenomena of the physical world. That includes quantum particles like photons, bosons, and electrons. But what's truly the miracle is that any of this exists in the first place, because it's much easier for nothing to exist at all. Remember that nothing is random. Every single number is plotted on infinity. So it's not random that you're watching this video right now. In fact, it's a miracle. Next time someone asks you if you believe in miracles, think about that.